We'll see how that goes.
It's 10 o'clock.
Very good, dear friends. So thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here talking to you in this new Couples Time Out. And this Couples Time Out has the flavor, as we heard with Mike and Jessica, of hearing a little bit about the founder of Schoenstatt, Father Joseph Kentany. We are in a very special year for the Schoenstatt family. That's why when you come to the shrine, you will discover that there's some literature, some information about our founder, because it's 50 years since he passed away. That's why for every family, when our parents or important family members pass away, it's always a year of remembering and making memories of the person we love. Well, in a religious movement also, it's an opportunity to remember our founder, and that's why we wanted to share these beautiful reflections about him. But today, we want, as Couples Time Out, to reflect about our personality, about our temperaments, about what makes us who we are. And I think we have to share this day that we are going to take this test to find a little bit more about us, but also this day where we're going to share our dialogue as a couple. We're learning in Couples Time Out. It takes the whole life. We never stop learning how to have a spiritual dialogue with each other. We never get professional at it because we always surprise each other with our changes, with our spiritualities, with our needs. Our life as a couple changes through the years. And when we think we have figured out each other, we kind of know who my spouse is, then we go to a different stage of life and we have to figure it out all over again. And well, that's the beauty of love. It's always an adventure. That's the beauty of life also. It's always a dynamic changing. And today, about personality and about our temperaments, I wanted to share with you 4 things. First, to know that your personality was created by God. And that gives us the sense of what we're doing today. We're not just taking a little test for personalities. Maybe some of you have already taken this test, but it's getting to know myself in order to discover better how God created me. Because God created me with love, God created me with mercy, and God created me with a structure. And that structure I have to respect and cherish as something that comes from God. We love everything that comes from God. We respect the Bible. I remember when I studied theology, there was this professor that in the first courses of theology, he handed me a Bible. And somebody took him a Bible and he threw it away. And everybody was scandalized. I say, well, we don't venerate the book, we venerate the words that are inside this book. Well, he just wanted to scandalize the new students of theology. But we cherish, we value the words of the Bible because they come from God. We cherish the sacraments. When we have a baptism, when we have a first communion, we do a celebration. We gather for lunch, for dinner. We celebrate what is happening because it comes from God. Well, why do we have then such a negative perspective to our personalities? We always study our personalities from the problems they create. We always study and approach our personalities from the issues that we are having. But why can't we look at them from the positive structure that God gave us through our personalities? Because He gave them to us. He created them. He thought this kind of personalities, these different structures, from His plan of love. So as we cherish the Bible, as we cherish the sacraments, well, we also have to love and value the sacrament of our own personality, the sacrament of our personal structure, because that is something that God created Himself too. So when we look at ourselves, when we look at our spouse, when we look at our children's personality, we have to look from this good perspective, from this positive perspective, and say, okay, God created my child in this way, not just to annoy me, but to help me understand God's plan for my child. God created my spouse in this way, and not just to, make us work on patience, but also to discover, well, what is the positive, the true gift that God wanted to give me through my spouse's personality, the same way with my own personality. When we look at ourselves, sometimes we are very hard on ourselves. Sometimes we're the strictest judge, we're the hardest judges with ourselves. And that's something that we have to learn how to change. It is not a problem. My personality is not an issue. My personality was created by God, so in that sense, it is sacred. But the second thing, if you remember when you first came to Couples Time Out, and it's something that we try to repeat every now and then, is that when we were created by God, we were created and thought from all eternity to be together as a couple. God thought us as a couple. He wanted us to be together in our marriage life. And He created a lot of different details for us to come together, for us to fall in love with each other, for us to get to know each other. Think about how you guys met, how all the things that had to happen for you guys to meet, to fall in love, to stay together, to decide to spend your life together, to have your children. So many things have happened for you to be here today. Well, all of these little details that God has created with so much love were created for you to take each other to heaven. And that's the one thing we say always in Couples Time Out about the sacrament of matrimony. Sacrament of matrimony is not created to buy you a house. It's not created by God to buy you a car. It's not created by God to provide you with things. People that are not married in the church do the same. It was created by God for me to take you to heaven and vice versa. The sacrament of matrimony is all about making myself responsible and accountable to take you to heaven. So how am I helping you with this? Well, let's take this to the realm of personalities. If I am meant to take you to heaven through my spiritual life, through my faith, but also through my human life, it means that our personalities also have a dynamic together. Our personalities connect in a certain way to produce virtue, to produce grace, to produce the faith we need in order to strengthen our family life and go together to heaven. And that's a dynamic that we have to learn how it works. How do our personalities connect? What are the things, the moments, the situations that our personalities are virtues? I'm sure there's many situations that our personalities are not virtues, and they produce frictions and they produce tensions. Every family experiences the same. But we have, again, to look at the good perspective, the positive perspective. Well, God made these personalities to connect, to work together. In what situations do we experience our personalities connecting and blossoming? And that's where we have to learn. And that's why it's so important to know which is my personality and my spouse's personality. Because it's easier to connect them both and make them blossom and generate the fruits of life, the fruits of faith. The third thing I wanted to also share today is that we were created for a mission. My personality and our personality as a couple was created for a mission. Today we're very practical. Today we're all about what we are doing today and right now. What we're doing today and right now. We just bought a house, we're putting our children through school, we are at a certain stage in our married life, and we tend to take pictures of our life. And we show the pictures, and this is what we're doing. But life is a video. Life is a continuous development of moments that are taking us towards something. But we are used to look at these pictures, at kind of frozen moments of our life. But when we look at life like this picture that we took, we lose all the sense of dynamic, all the sense of movement, all the sense of complexity, but also richness that our life has. So what is the challenge? To discover that our personalities connect together for a mission. And a mission that is further and bigger and broader than what we're doing right now with the kids, what we are doing financially right now, what we're doing professionally right now. For example, when we get a new job. Well, what am I doing in this job? Look at your job description. No. When you're doing it, that job is not your job description. It's not what you do in the 6, 7, 8 hours that you spend in your office. It's not the tasks or the works that you have to do every day you go to work. But it is how my personality can change people's life here. And also, together with that, I also can do and have to do my work. But the main reason for me to be at that job is for me to change people's life through my Catholic faith. The same happens with my family. Why am I here, my family? Am I here to pay bills? Am I here to put the kids to school? Am I here to get the new car that we really want to have? No. I am here to change your life with my mission, with my personal mission, and together with that, we buy houses, cars, and put the kids to school. So we have to learn to see the real perspective of things. Why am I here? Why am I here working? Why are we here spending time with friends? Why are we here at our couples time out? We are here to discover our mission, and that mission happens through our personality. If I am a personality that is more choleric, I am very good organizing things. Well, how am I organizing things and life for people to understand Catholic faith? If I'm more of a sanguine, I'm a person that can do jokes very easily, that I kind of pump up the spirits and create very good atmosphere. How am I doing that in a way that can help people find God? Through my way of being. We have to discover personality and discover our true mission, not just the job description of being mom and dad or whatever job we're doing, but to discover my true mission that comes from how God formed me. And finally, the fourth thing that I wanted to share is that we have to discover that our personalities were meant for us to grow. Our personalities always have a flaw. Our personalities always have a side that we're working on. And that is normal and that is good. We always tend to think that perfection is experiencing life without troubles, life without problems. And sometimes one of our children are sick, or we lose a job, or we go through a very difficult financial situation, and we say, hey, wait. I pray the rosary, I go to Sunday I go to Mass every Sunday. Well, this is not a good deal. You know, I'm doing all these good things and God is not repaying me in any way. God is not repaying us. God is sending us to heaven. And many times that going to heaven is going to experience crosses and difficulties and challenges. So we don't have to look at our faith as a very special cloak, magic cloak that is going to take us away from any problems. We have problems like every person in life, faithful or non-faith person. So we have to realize that my personality, my mission, is there for me to grow. And the issues, the difficulties that I have is always an invitation from God to make my faith dynamic. So if I'm going through a difficult moment of my personality, if we are going through a difficult moment of our personalities connecting together, or if we are going through a difficult moment of discovering our mission, well, then thank God and thank Him for His blessings, because He's making your faith life dynamic and showing you that you have to move and work and change in order to get to heaven. I wish for you all a great day, that this test, but especially that your couples dialogue today may help you to work together and make your beautiful personalities go to heaven. Thank you very much.